What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of CCT. Today, I want to go over something that I did yesterday, and it was a pretty good problem. It made me think a lot. So let's get right to it. Ugly numbers. I don't want to show you the answer quite yet. Yeah, no, it's okay if I do. Wow, I have a lot of desktops open. I do not need that many desktops open. Whoops. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. And now, get open this mischief. Skip. Maybe one day I'll buy it. I don't know. But for now, I am not going to. Okay, so the color of the day is going to be... Let's do purple. Okay, cool. The only thing I would add to make this a cooler program is if I could save colors, and there might be a way to do it, so like I could go back and forth from color to color. Okay, anyway, an ugly number is a number that has the only prime factors are 2, 3, and 5. So that's how you define an ugly number. Only has 2, 3, and 5 as prime factors. So this is going to be like a little mathy, and then ugly number 2 is substantially harder. So let's think about this. Ugly number has only 2, 3, and 5. So every number, just to give you a little reminder of what prime factors are, every number can be split into prime factorizations. I don't know if you remember this from like maybe elementary or middle school, but you got to split up a number, right? And it doesn't matter how you split it up. For now, it could be 8, 4, 16, 2. Doesn't really matter. 8 and 4. And then this splits up into 2 and 2, and that's it. There's nothing else. You don't want to split it up into 1. 1 is useless. 1's not a prime number. And then this is 4 and 2, and then 2 and 2. And then you're supposed to like circle all the prime factors, right? And no matter how you went about splitting this up, you would get to having the prime factors as only being 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. Right, so 32 would actually be an ugly number. The only way it's not an ugly number is if it's a multiple of prime factors other than these. So for example, 14 or something, we got 2 and 7, and there's no way to avoid a 7. And yeah, let me rephrase it. If you could divide by another prime factor, there's no way you could split it up to avoid it. In fact, no matter how you split it up using this method, you will always end up with the same prime factors. Okay, so back to the question. The question now is determine if a number is ugly or not. And this is actually quite easy. So all you're going to want to do is first take out as many. So if you have a number x, let's say, I want to take out as many prime factor 2's as I can. So I take out as many 2's as I can as long as it's divisible by 2. Okay, so now x is a number without all its 2's, you know? So if it was like, I don't know, 126, 126, it would be 50, not 50, it would be 53, right? Because that's the most 2's you could take out of it. Okay, then after that, you, what you do is with this new number that doesn't have the 2's in it anymore, because all the 2's were taken out, you take out all of the 3's, 3 dot dot dot, and then you take all of the 5's out until, like, as long as, and how you tell if 5 can still go in or 3 can still go in is you do x mod that number and see if it equals 0. And if it equals 0, that means it's still divisible by that number. AKA, you could still take out another one of those numbers. And so if you take out as many 2's as you can, as many 3's as you can, as many 5's as you can, and you are left with any number besides 1, then there are other prime numbers that went into making this number besides 2, 3, and 5. So like, for example, if you had 98, for example, that can go to 49. Okay, then can you take out any 3's from 49? Oh, and by the way, if you actually, let me finish this first. So okay, no, you can't take out any 3's from 49, can't take out any 5's from 49, so 49 does not equal 1, so there were other prime numbers that went into making a 98, aka 7's. One thing, just to make this clear, if you take out all the 2's from x here, and then you end up with a totally different number here, there is no way that you did not modify how many 3's were in the original number, right? So just because let me think of an example. 54, let's think of 108. Okay, 108. You take out 2, you get 54. Take out 2 again, you get 27. And you can't take out any more 2's. Okay, then you go here, and can you take out 3's from 27? Yep, you can. You can take out a lot of 3's actually, until you get to 1. So my point that I'm trying to make is that you can't take out, if you can take out 3's from a number divided by 2 many times, then you can take out 3's from the original number. Okay, that's just a thing about prime factorization. It's not like taking out 2's made the number so that you can now take out 3's. You could have taken out 3's at the start. Okay, let's get to the answer. I would like to switch the order of these. Okay, so we'll get to why I did that first. So while num2 equals 0, so this is saying while it's divisible by 2, keep dividing out the 2. While it's divisible by 3, keep dividing out the 3. While it's divisible by 5, keep dividing out the 5. And then if your number is 1, that's great, you're an ugly number. Okay, why did I do this for 0? Well, 0 is, there's always an edge case. You gotta look for it, and it usually has to do with 0. So if it's 0, 0 mod 2 is 0, and 0 divided by 2 is 0. Guess what we have? An infinite loop. We have an infinite loop. And no, you will never get to 0 by dividing by 2's, because the only way you could get to 0 is if num comes in here and is 1, because 1 divided by 2 is 0, I guess. But it can never go there because 1 mod 2 is not going to be 0. Similar thing for here. The only way you could get 0 is if the num is 1 or 2 at this point, and 1 or 2 mod 3 is not 0. And I think what the hell happened here? Did I just do that? Okay, what this is supposed to say is this. And same thing here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it's 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5, yes, it would make 0 here, but it's not going to get past this while statement. Okay, let's hit this up. And I think I'm going to split this into 2 videos because this one's already getting kind of long. Okay. All right, I will see you soon to do part 2 of this. Part 2 is much harder, and you guys should definitely watch this. All right, I'll see you.